Hi and welcome to the channel and to a new video. Now what I'm going to do today is I'm going to look at some second-hand stock, and I'm at my local dealership, Westfield Caravans. Now, oh crikey, this is a couple of miles from where I live. Well, it's not even a couple of miles really. I mean, as a crow flies, I could walk across the fields and be here in probably about 20 minutes. But anyway, Westfield Caravan's been here a long time, doing static caravans mainly to begin with, and some years ago they decided to do tourers, which was a great idea as far as I was concerned, because the actual file coast was short of tourer dealers, unless you travelled inland towards Preston way. Right, but anyway, so the second-hand market, well, Westfield's still quite low on stock. I mean, I've been here pre-pandemic and there was plenty of stock and what have you, but I mean, they're a main Compass dealership here, so it's not as though they're not getting anything sort of through on new trade-ins. But the trouble is, of course, is that Elddis have had a lot of problems getting the vans out to dealers since the pandemic. So consequently, things like Elddis Explore and things like that have been very thin on the ground. I have to excuse me because it is quite cold. Even though it's a bright day, it's quite chilly. Now, I looked at this Quasar the other day, and I couldn't remember that it's a 2019. I couldn't remember them going 8 foot wide on the range. I'll have to check that one out. And also, it had heavy duty corner steadies on as well, which again, I can't remember them putting that on the Quasar in 2019. I presume they must have done, obviously, but unless it's had a few things stuck on it, because there's a gas barbecue point on it as well, which they weren't standard. Anyway, so what I've been doing, well, I've been having a look at some of the vans here, and there's an old Buccaneer there, well, 2012 Buccaneer and a Lexon and stuff. But I came across the Elddis Affinity, and it's the 530, so it's the end washroom, side cylinder net, kitchen opposite and lounge at the front. So let's have a quick scout about, because I loved the Affinity as soon as I saw it at the Elddis trade show back in 2012 for the 2013 model year, I think it was. And this one, let's have a look, is a 2016. It's 16495, M2PL is 1406, that's pretty reasonable. I could tow that with my, just about tow that with my Skoda Karoq, I think, just about get away with it. Which I'll do a video on at some stage soon, because the Karoq Sportline, which is the model I've got, has just won Tow Car of the Year and overall Tow Car of the Year with the Caravan Club. Mine's the 150 diesel, they did the 150 petrol engine, which I looked at originally a couple of years ago, but decided against that. I wanted a diesel still. Right, so let's see what the Affinity is like. Right, well, judging by the exterior on it, it's looking pretty good. Now, just a quick sort of interlude here, sorry, before I started, but I do use buys in Practical Caravan for those who don't know, and I do use buys under the spot lamp as well. So basically anything that's a little bit sort of, you know, any models like, say, Coachman VIPs from 2012, I'll cover them, tell you what the model years, what they did in that year, anything to look out for, and I take one and have a look at one. So it's a 2-page and it gives you quite a lot of information in there. But anyway, I've plugged that, so you should go and buy your copy of Practical Caravan actually. It's a decent independent magazine, and isn't run by any of the clubs, of course, which I know you get a freebie magazine with your club. Well, you don't get it free, you pay for it on your subscription, but it is very club orientated. Right, back to this. Well, I'm just looking around it and it looks in pretty good order. There's no even knocks and dents on it, where people have been putting like on the awning at the top there. And this is one of the early, well, no, it's not, there were 3 years in by this time. This is one of the, what they call the solid construction, which is that little badge down the way there. There you go. And while we're down here, we'll have a look at the gas barbecue point, because also on the outside here The Affinity range came with an exterior locker and also an exterior main socket, plus of course alloy wheels, spare wheel, and by this time they changed to the Telco TV aerial from the Avtech stick, which was absolutely useless, and I know a lot of people moaned and complained about that. Right, so it's looking all okay. You've got to be careful for things like these, because these have been known to split. Some to a couple of guys with Elddis Crusaders, and they'd had problems, and generally a few people have had a few problems with the front panel splitting, so do check that front panel for any cracks. Now of course on Alco chassis it comes with ATC, so you know, helps you stability on towing, obviously the AKS hitch as well. But hey, let's go and have a quick look inside now before the sun sets. I'll have a quick look and we'll go through it. Now I've got to find the key now. What do I do with it? Hang on. Right, we're in. I'll leave that door open. Let's have a quick deck inside. And you know what? It is actually quite warm in here. So it just shows you the sun. It's doing its bit now. It's getting that little bit warmer. Right. Well, first thing I've noticed when I've come in, and it's always like this, so you get the sun. But and I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but there's a lot of scratches on these windows. Now, fear not, because these scratches can be polished out. And if you watch another one of my videos, it tells you about cleaning your plastic windows and how to get some of the scratches out by using some normal car polishes that I recommend. So that is something what people have done. They've literally, when the windows have been wet, they've just gone over with a bit of a cloth, and there's grit on there, especially after been towing or whatever, and of course it scratches it. So anyway, let's start off with this front end lounge. What I've always liked about these sort of front end lounges on this layout is the two singles at the front, or you can have a double bed of course, but this is great just to stretch out with. Very comfortable usually. Now I'm just going to see how these seats are for comfort. Oh, sag down a little bit, nothing too untoward, but no, I would say this van's probably had a little bit of use, but it's been looked after. So table here of course that comes out, he says. Do you know what? What am I doing? I'm trying to hold the camera and open this up. Let's do it proper. That's it. That's better. Got stuck. So you got that little table to use, which in my own van I always like using that actually. Even at meal times we've always used that. It's just putting mess faffing around with a freestanding table. Anyway, seating, yeah, so a bit of, it looks like it's got a slight bit of, I don't know, it could be just the suede of the material actually. But yeah, while we're still in here, this has got Aldi heating, and of course that's the wet central heating system. You've got your sunroof here at the top, and a radio in, LED lighting of course, and also these nice large cupboards, which are nice and large. And I like that. I just like this. I like this finish actually. I think it looks really good. It does remind me of the compasses, you know. And I remember seeing these at the show, at the trade show at Elddis in 2012, and people were a little bit, you know, oh, it's a bit done. I quite liked it. I think it looked really good. So plenty, as I say, of cupboard space. What you will find, and Coachman the same. See this here? It's like the trim sticker that comes away. It's a real dated way of doing things these days, but they still use that system, and Coachman do as well. Now I'm just coming over here in the middle, and this floor to me here, I would say has been either repaired or is in. It's got a bit of a. It's all right for the rest of it, but down this bit here, it's definitely got a little bit of delamming in there, or it's been delammed and repaired, one of the two. I don't come across many delam floors these days when I'm looking at used stuff, but I'm sure that's pretty much part of it. Right, done this front lounge, couple of plug sockets there of course. You've got the central dresser here, a little bit of a drawer, and the microwave here is just a great, right, just at the right handle, and more storage at the top here, so more storage, some plug sockets there. A lot of people stick the TV on there, I suppose, and storage underneath too. And again, it's like I say, you've got this bit of work surface here. Right, let's go up to the kitchen and across to the side dinettes, because it's a bit different this than normal. Right, now the kitchen area is pretty good. Now you get a lot of work surface here. It's really, really wide, and the black sink, and it's not in too bad condition. The trouble with these sort of things, of course, is if you leave anything that's loose, like, you know, like sometimes the wife, you say, oh, I'll leave the plates, I'll wash those up when I get home. The thing is, they move around and it can scratch it when you're on tow. So, you know, and even when that moving around can sort of do that a little bit, but I don't think it's too bad actually. It would clean up a bit better with that probably. And of course, you do get a dual fuel oven on it when he lifts it up proper. So now it's in nice condition. It looks, again, that doesn't look like it's been used all that much, to be quite honest. Spark ignition, and of course the electric hob. And what you do get in this is a, and he says it, gosh, is a nice little drinks cabinet, and it comes with its own light. Now, what a lot of vans, especially back in the sort of 80s and 90s, always had a nice little cocktail cabinet in, and it was always lit up at night, and it just looked nice and cosy to put your drinks in and feel a bit posh. Anyway, let's get back to the main kitchen area. So basically, good work surface, fridge freezer, and also some more drawers here, cookery drawer. Again, you know, everything feels pretty tight. Nothing feels sort of really loose. Regarding it's been used a lot, you know, nothing's dropping off like that. You know, sometimes you get these coming out of adjustment. They've been used a lot and slammed around. But as I say, plenty of storage in here, and again, good downlighters. And what I do like about the Affinity is the big skylights here at the front, and these LED lights, and because all these LED lights on look really, really good of an evening, real cozy. Now, side dinette, well, this you could sleep two small children on here and make it was a slight double. There's no bunk above, so really it's more of a three berth really than anything else. And again, cushy, comfortable cushions underneath. Again, more storage at the top here, and LED light spot lamps at the end here, and a curtain to keep it from being some privacy. That's it. That's what I was looking for, privacy. So on the whole, I think it's looking pretty good. As I say, there's only that bit of floor there that's a little bit of a little bit, and I think I'd need to ask them about that. Well, anyway, let's go into the washroom and see if this has been used a lot on small sites and what have you. You know what I mean? You know, when you use your own facilities. Because really, a big end washroom van, I always think that's what you're going to do. 9 times out of 10. Right, now this is a pretty big washroom. The shower is great, all sealed in there, and looking at it again, it looks okay. Always check showers like this, so you know the shower trays aren't been cracked if somebody's gone lumbering in with the boots on or something and cracked it, because obviously you'll have a leak. Little hand basin here, but again storage underneath. Your Aldi radiator here, and a side window, which is good. Thetford cassette loo, and some storage at the top here. Sorry it keeps going dark because the light is really, it's the way the sun's coming across. It's fooling me and it's fooling the camera. And some more storage there. But this feels a really spacious washroom. Now, Coachman are always good at doing stuff like that, and Luna are always good at giving good side end washer. Swift aren't bad, and Bailey have been pretty good. But this really is good. There's plenty of storage in here. Yeah, I would say it's been pretty well looked after, mainly on the whole, and it's probably been used mainly as a 2-berth as well. Right, let's get back into the land of the living. There's a big roof vent in there as well, but you've got that window. Okay, so let's have a bit of a summary. Ooh, as he says, holding the camera rather dodgily. Right, okay, so for just over 16k, Aldi heating, of course. You got quite a bit of spec on this van. The Affinity was a nice range, and still is a nice range of Taurus, to be quite honest. I think basically for most people you can't go far wrong. I do like the deep cupboards, always have done that sort of thing. Now there's no access, see on about no access lockers on the access flaps. There's access flaps on the bases, so you don't have to root around putting the cushions up. Obviously you've got your little table here, oops, which looks better now. I've stuck it all the way, and you've got your little sunroof at the top here as well. But the kitchen, well equipped, microwave over there. As I said, I love that microwave. It's been on the right, just at the right height, and that side dinette will be ideal for the grandkids. And I think this is what it's been used for. I think it's been a couple that's used this, and they've had maybe brought the grandkids every now and again. Any qualms? Well, I think just that floor is something I would really want to just sort of have a little discussion about with the dealer on it. It's nothing serious, but it just needs sorting. I have reviewed used Elddis's before, round about this model year, bit older, and some of the floors have been going, so there may have been a problem, I think. And I don't know if any of you have had that problem with Elddis flooring, the lambs. I've not come across any late. As I say, it's the first one I've been in that's I've seen that, said the throes of that, shall we say. But no, for a tour for two people, as I say, bringing the grandkids, there's plenty of space. You're not going to feel cheated with the kit. There's loads of kit in it, and it's quite a smart looking Tourer. You know, all these years on, it's still a smart looking Tourer. Because it's what, 2016, it's 7 years on. Crikey. You don't realise that time fly when you're having a good time. So they say, anyway. But yeah, quite a tidy van. Quite a tidy van. Aldi heating controls. Right, sorry about that. The old clip came off. What was I up to? Yeah, the Aldi heating control is, and with the control of the actual van, the sales electrics as you come through the door there. So, you know, you can put your lights on and stuff, and the main switch and your heating on before you go out. And of course you get the fly screen. And yeah, this just feels, it's just a nice van. And really, I think if you're looking at something like the Avanti and this, you'd pay the extra cash and probably go for the Affinity, because it would be worth it with the extra kit that you got. So I love you and leave you. Hope you've liked this video. I know it's a bit of a sort of a we had a few little hiccups, but that's the norm, isn't it, when I'm doing videos? Well, it seems to be. Always something seems to go wrong. So yeah, I shall catch you on the next video, and also please keep subscribing, please keep liking, please keep giving me your comments. I do like your comments. And also a few weeks time it will be the NEC show, so I'll be going to that for a day or two and seeing what's what there. And again, if you see me, come and say hello. But anyway, we'll do another video. Yeah, see you on the next one. Oh yeah, not bad fun. Pretty good. Oh, it's a nice day today.